Welcome to this training on how to eliminate menopause symptoms in 5 days or less with hemp. Now, some of you may have noticed that I actually changed this title from how to manage symptoms to how to eliminate them in 5 days or less. And I did that because as I was preparing for this training, I realized that I could actually say that. The customers that I've been helping, they have actually eliminated their menopause symptoms, and most of them in under 5 days. All right, so who is this for? So this training is for you if you are at any stage of menopause, whether you're perimenopausal or whether you are in menopause right now, or whether you're postmenopausal but you are still getting symptoms. Or you could be close to menopause age but you're wanting to be proactive. And this is especially for you if you are sick and tired of the hot flushes, the night sweats, the mood swings, and you're wanting to get relief quickly. So what's in it for me? Well, here is just a snapshot of some of the customers who have had results from mood swings, hot flushes, and also night sweats. It's worked for them so well that I really wanted to share this with you guys. It qualifies me to teach you today. Well, I've been working in the health and supplement industry for a little over 15 years now, and what got me inspired by natural health actually dates back to when I was 16. I spent a year at an alternative cancer treatment facility in Mexico. My partner at the time, he was very ill, he had cancer, and I was there supporting him, so that was quite a unique experience at a very young age. Then in my adult years, I became a health coach and I was specializing in hormone optimization for weight loss. And then more recently, I've spent the last 5 years working with hemp, which has been a total game changer. Now, we founded NZ Hempress in 2019, which has now evolved to become Cure today. Cure meaning to make whole. And we have helped thousands of customers relieve suffering from pain, anxiety, stress, mood, and skin conditions, and that's with over 4,000 5-star reviews. Now I spend my days mostly working with one-on-one clients, but also as an educator to other health professionals, including naturopaths, medical herbalists, and this is all about hemp. Now I'm also a mum to 2 gorgeous boys, and while I'm not at menopause age just yet, I've certainly had my fair share of health concerns that I've had to overcome along the way. I am celiac, but another main issue that I've had is estrogen dominance. And so that experience is very translatable to understanding hormones and what causes menopause symptoms. So, how is this working? Well, recently I met a lady, her name is Des. I met her at Southern Field Days in Gore. And she came to me because she wanted help with some pain that she was having in her foot. Now, she didn't tell me that she had menopause symptoms, but when I followed up with her a week later, she said that it helped heaps with her hot flushes in only 5 days. Now, of course, she didn't think to associate her menopause symptoms with something that hemp could help with, but that is one of the things that makes hemp so awesome. Now, the key thing that Des did was activate her endocannabinoid system. Activating and supporting this system is key. Now, you're going to hear this word a lot, and I'm going to explain it to you. So the key was that Des activated her ECS, which allowed that system to balance out her hormones. It worked quickly, and it was as easy as incorporating 2 products into her daily routine. Now, this is exactly what you need to do too, and I'm going to help you out with that today. So here's a quick overview of what we're going to be covering in this training. I'm going to be showing you how to activate your ECS. And then second, I'm going to give you the specific tools to use to do so, and then I'm going to show you how to use them. And then how to maintain the healthy functioning of your endocannabinoid system for prolonged results. So does that sound good? Are you guys ready? Just type in if you're ready. Okay, so point number 1. How to activate your ECS. Now this is the big one. So I've broken it into 4 steps. But before we go there, I think it's really important that we back up first and just make sure that we're all on the same page about what actually causes menopause symptoms. And the main cause being estrogen and progesterone levels dropping. Now, your ovaries, they are shutting down their production of sex hormones, and that's what's supposed to happen. But the adrenal glands are supposed to kick in, and they are to take over the job of the ovaries. But you see, us women have so much on our plate, and it's usually around this time that we're at the peak of a career. You've barely recovered from parental responsibilities of little people, teenagers, maybe your kids even have kids now. But the point is that our adrenal glands are overworked. So when it's time for the adrenal glands to take over the production of sex hormones, they just struggle. And so what most people do when they're trying to treat menopause symptoms is that they don't realize the health of their adrenals. They don't address the health of the adrenals either. And then they take synthetic hormones to compensate. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, because it can, but what it does do is it further exacerbates the problem, because you're not giving the adrenals what they need to do their job, and then you're taking in synthetic hormones, which overrides the job of the adrenals, which is not giving the adrenals the chance to do its new job. Okay, so let's just summarize that. Menopause symptoms are a result of hormone production dropping. Your adrenals are supposed to kick in, but they're already overworked, and we don't give them a chance to learn their new job. So with that being said, let's get into activating your endocannabinoid system. So in case you didn't know, everyone has an endocannabinoid system. And the ECS's job is to restore balance to your body's systems and functions. Now, we are made up of 11 systems, one of them being your endocrine system, which is our hormonal system. Now, don't confuse the ECS with the endocrine system. Think of the ECS as the mother system that restores balance to all other systems and functions. So what that means for you and I is that when we activate our ECS, it'll regulate bodily functions like pain, like mood, stress, sleep, and even our skin. Now, during menopause, some women experience arthritic pain, some experience mood swings, night sweats, hot flashes, their skin breaks out. Now, it doesn't matter what bodily function needs support, because we're all different. Activating your ECS will allow that system to go to work where it needs it the most. So you've got to wake the system up. And how do we do that? Well, the first tool that we use is full spectrum low dose cannabinoids. So what is this? Well, cannabinoids are the active compounds that we find in plants, but predominantly we find them in hemp. They are so abundant in hemp. Low dose means low levels of cannabinoids, enough to stimulate your ECS, but not too high to overwhelm it. And this is very important, because remember, what we're trying to do is activate the ECS. If we take in cannabinoids at levels that are too high, say from medicinal cannabis, it can overwhelm the ECS and cause it to get lazy or very low functioning. Full spectrum means a broad range of cannabinoids present. Now, there are over 130 known cannabinoids, and what we want is as many players in the field as possible. So when these full spectrum low dose cannabinoids are consumed, they bind to your ECS receptors in the location that they're needed, and they start to wake up this dormant system. And when we wake it up, what happens is it encourages your body to make its own cannabinoids. That's right, your body makes its own. And that is always the goal, to encourage the production of your body's own cannabinoids. So how else do we activate this endocannabinoid system? With terpenes. So what are terpenes? Well, terpenes are the compounds that give plants their unique smell. There are over 200 terpenes that we find in hemp. And in terms of their function, in activating your endocannabinoid system, they act like a coach, and their job is to get more performance out of the cannabinoids. Alright, then essential fatty acids. Now, these are nutritional compounds that we find in food, and they are essential for the formation of endocannabinoids and for the proper functioning of your cannabinoid receptors. Now, out of all the best sources of essential fatty acids, hemp is by far superior. It contains a perfect balance of omega-3s, 6s, and 9s. Now, they're also the precursor to hormone production, so taking in essential fatty acids really helps create the optimal environment. And then lastly, number 4, which is maca root powder. Now, maca is a Peruvian root. It's an adaptogen, which means that it helps the body to adapt to stresses and help the body maintain balance. Now, this is great for hormones, energy, vitality, and libido, and also lowering cortisol in the body. And the really exciting thing about maca is active compounds in maca, which we call macamides. They work in synergy to hold the cannabinoids that are in the blood higher for longer. Alright, so let's conclude. This is how you activate your endocannabinoid system. They're also the best tools that I've found for activating your ECS. It's by the regular consumption of these ingredients. That's what provides the optimal environment for healthy hormone function. Now, how do we use them? So at Cure, we've created 2 products that deliver these 4 main ECS activating ingredients. The first product is Cure Plus, full spectrum hemp drops. Now, this product is only available in our private members area. I'm going to show you exactly how to get hold of that in a moment. Now, Cure Plus, the full spectrum drops, it's a higher strength than what is available to the public via retail. It contains the full spectrum of cannabinoids and the 9 major terpenes that we find in hemp. So how do you use this product? Well, it's taken as drops under the tongue morning and night. And you're going to start with what's called a loading phase. So what you're aiming to do is build the levels up in your body by flooding the receptors. And you do it in a very specific way. You're going to start with 7 drops in the morning and 7 drops in the evening, with or without food. Every 3 days, you're going to increase the amount by 3 drops. So on day 3, you'll take 10 drops in the morning and 10 drops in the evening. Then on day 6, you're going to take 13 drops in the morning and 13 drops in the evening. Now at this stage, most people are seeing improvement in their symptoms, if not before. But if not, you're going to continue increasing each dose by 3 drops every 3 days until you don't see any more improvement. Now, if you are getting 16 drops twice a day, then what I suggest you do is add in a middle of the day dose. So let's just recap that. Starting low and building up slowly is like starting a fire. You start small, and as the fire gets going, you add bigger and bigger logs. So you start at 7 drops twice a day. Every 3 days, you're going to increase each dose by 3 drops. On day 4, you'll increase to 10, and then you'll do that twice a day. Now, if there's more improvement that's needed, on day 7, go to 10 drops twice a day. If you think there's more improvement needed, you're going to go up to 13 drops twice a day on day 10. Now, if you still think that there's more improvement to be had, then add in a middle of the day dose. So go to 13 drops, but do that 3 times a day. So around 2 o'clock. Now, only sometimes is a middle of the day dose necessary. If it's just too long in between, then the fire goes out and we're having to continually restart. So you want to use your symptoms as a guide, and at some point you'll notice that there's no more improvement when you are increasing the dose. And it's at that point that you have successfully activated your ECS. So let's move on now to the second product, and that is the hemp seed oil and maca capsules. Now, this delivers 1 milligram of essential fatty acids and the equivalent of a gram of maca root powder in a soft gel capsule. The dosing's super easy with this one. For the first 2 weeks or so, you're going to take 5 capsules per day. They can be taken all in the morning, or you can spread them throughout the day. The hemp and maca capsules combined with the full spectrum drops will get your cannabinoid system switched on and firing on all cylinders. So we've looked at how to activate your ECS. We've looked at the tools to use and how to use them. Now let's cover how to maintain a healthy functioning endocannabinoid system. And we call this the maintenance phase. So we'll start with the full spectrum drops. Now maintaining is much simpler once you've activated. Okay, during the loading phase, you've flooded your receptors and there's no need to fill them any further. Now we just need to keep that fire burning. So as I mentioned, as you increase your dose, you'll reach a point where no more improvement is found, and it's at this point that all you do is stop increasing and you start lowering your dose in the same way you built up. So here's how that would look. Let's say you get to 13 drops 2 times a day, and when you increase, you didn't notice any more improvement. Now, most of you will be lower than this, but this is just an example. So you're going to just drop back to your previous dose at 10 drops twice a day, and you're going to stay there for 3 days, and so on, down to 7 drops twice a day. And what you're looking for is the point where you're still receiving the same benefit on 13 drops. You might decrease too far, and you might notice that your symptoms return slightly. So all you're going to do is you're going to jump up 1 level, and that will be your maintenance dose. Now, on average, most people can maintain somewhere between 5 to 10 drops twice a day. Now, as for the hemp seed oil and maca capsules, again, this one is much simpler. After your first couple of weeks, just decrease from 5 capsules a day to 3 capsules, and you'll do that ongoing. So that is how to eliminate menopause symptoms in 5 days or less using hemp. Now, these 2 products, the full spectrum hemp drops and the hemp seed oil and maca capsules, are the optimal protocol I recommend to my customers who are experiencing these symptoms with menopause. And to tell you the truth, it will change your life. It is a game changer. So let's take Jodie's story, for example. September 11, 22. She reviews the capsules and the drops, and she says, I can't believe after just 10 days I have results. Now that's pretty fast. But if you keep reading, she says, haven't had any night sweats in a week. So that means it took 3 days to eliminate her night sweats. But she's skeptical if she'll continue. Then on October 17th, she writes, been taking the oil and the maca 6 weeks and night sweats completely gone. Can this be true? Looking forward to the next 6 weeks. And she gives a plug for our face products as well and says they're lovely. January 3rd, 2023, she writes, no HRT for me. These products truly work. Then let's go to April 17th, 2023. It's continuing to keep her menopause symptoms at bay. As you can see, it's definitely changed Jodie's life. Now, I remember last year when we were having a delay in the production of our hemp and maca capsules, we'd completely sold out, and we see Jodie's order come through. And having seen her reviews, we decide there's just no way that we can delay her order. So we rang around some of the Health 2000 stores and we located a spare bottle and got it out to her. So the question is, how about you? If you're ready for life-changing results like these, I want to invite you to join our private members community to access the full spectrum hemp drops. So last few things before we close. I just want to reiterate that the full spectrum hemp drops, they are a member-only product. Okay, you will find the hemp and maca capsules without a membership, but that is not the full spectrum drops. You must apply to be a member to get those, and it's free to join. Now, once you're inside, you'll see the full spectrum oil is available in 3 sizes, a 15ml, a 30ml, and a 50ml. Now, the 15ml is a 1-month supply, and it is a great low entry point to get started. The 30ml is a 2-month supply, 50ml 3 to 4 months, and the hemp and maca capsules are 1 month. So just bear in mind that this is based on the average dose of 10 drops 2 times a day. During your loading phase, you may use slightly more as you're increasing the drops. Okay, so you can see that the investment, the full spectrum drops start at $69 for 15 mils, up to $149 for 50 mils. The hemp and maca capsules are $89. Yes, if you are a brand new customer, within 2 weeks of your purchase, one of our team will give you a call to check on your progress and make sure that you are dosing correctly or have found your maintenance dose. If you are a returning customer and you need more support, just reach out on any of our social channels. You can email us at support@tricure.com, and if necessary, I will definitely give you a call. So, with that being said, it has been an absolute pleasure sharing with you how to eliminate menopause symptoms in 5 days or less. I wish you every success.